Angel says today, someone has illegally claimed your. If you leave your property unattended, you are putting at great risk of criminals trying to seize it. This is especially true for property located in expensive prime areas. Ensure that your property does not look like it has been forgotten. Keep it maintained and make security arrangements if you cannot attend to it regularly. This could include getting a security guard if you have a house and land, and constructing a boundary wall. The best way to ensure that your property stays safe is to check on it often with personal visits. Do not let the same tenant reside at your property for an extremely long period of time. It's important to change your tenants after a few years and have a legally valid rental contract that states all the terms and conditions that the tenant is to follow clearly. Most landlords rent out their homes for 11 months before the rent agreement is renewed. This gives the landlord the choice to continue with or evict their existing tenant legally. A boundary wall is very essential for plots and land parcels. Even if you live on or near the property, a clear boundary it is a necessary expensive as it gives outsiders clear indication that the property is owned. A residential unit can also be constructed to limit the interest of land sharks. If you happen to live away from the area of your property, especially if you are non-resident Indian (NRI), it is advisable to have a trusted caretaker that stays on the property or visits regularly to prevent illegal activities. Even with the boundary wall erected, it is advisable to include a warning sign on the outside of your property. Putting up a non-trespassing signboard can deter criminals away. Also mention that the property is private and that trespassers will be prosecuted. In some cases, tenants may refuse to vacate properties they have rented. This may be rare, but it is not unheard of. Make sure that you verify your tenants carefully before agreeing to rent out your space to them. The tenancy has to be protected with a registered rent agreement to avoid legal pitfalls. Once the property is rented out, keep an eye out of strange activities or behavior with regular checks with the tenant as well as visits. If you live away, neighbors or friends and family nearby should check on the premises in your absence. When one party takes possession of another person's property and gains title to it, it is illegal or adverse possession in legal terms. It may occur with or without the property owner's knowledge, purposely or accidentally. In circumstances of deliberate adverse possession, a trespasser or squatter, someone who unlawfully occupies another person's property, knowingly enters that property to occupy it and reside there. Illegal land possession may occur unintentionally in other situations. As an illustration, a homeowner could fence off their yard without realizing they have crossed the property boundary and encroached on their neighbor's space. The opposing possessor, that decisors, may assert property ownership. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.